What about your boy, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Orlando, Florida for Monday, July 9th, 2018, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for the Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. I hope everyone had a fantastic weekend. Brie Larson celebrated on Twitter the end of production on Marvel's upcoming epic Captain Marvel, the comic book giant's first film featuring a female lead. Larson, who stars as the titular superhero, posted a photo of a clapperboard and a calendar from the set of Captain Marvel on Sunday that displays July 6th as the last day of shooting. The clapperboard features signatures from the cast and crew of the film and lists directors Anna Bolden and Ryan Fleck on the bottom, along with cinematographer Ben Davis. Captain Marvel will set arrive in theaters on March 8th, 2019, will be taking place in the 90s before the events of Iron Man, which kicked off the Marvel Cinematic Universe in 2008. The film, written by Nicole Perlman, follows Larson as she obtains superpowers after fusing with an alien and takes on the Skrulls, a race of powerful aliens from the pages of Marvel Comics. Samuel L. Jackson reprising his Marvel role as Nick Fury, Jude Law, Gemma Chan, Annette Bening, and Ben Mendelsohn as the film's villain also star. Digimon Hyunsu and Lee Pace will be featured, reprising their villainous roles from Guardians of the Galaxy. Marvel previously teased Captain Marvel during the end credit scenes of Avengers Infinity War. Steve Ditko, the comic book artist who helped Stan Lee create the Marvel superheroes Spider-Man and Doctor Strange, has died in New York. He was 90. TMZ reported Friday Ditko was found unresponsive in his apartment June 29th by a social worker who was checking on him. The reporter said he died 2 days later. Arteriosclerotic and hypertensive cardiovascular disease were listed as the causes of death, the medical examiner's office said. Marvel Entertainment President Dan Buckley said in a statement Saturday, "Today, the Marvel family mourns the loss of Steve Ditko. Steve transformed the industry and the Marvel Universe, and his legacy will never be forgotten. Our thoughts and prayers are with his family, loved ones, and fans during this sad time." Marvel's creative officer, Joe Quesada, added, "Only a small group of individuals can claim that they have affected and redefined not just an industry, but popular culture worldwide. Steve Ditko was one of those few who dared to break molds every time his pencil and pen hit a blank sheet of paper. In his lifetime, he blessed us with gorgeous art, fantastical stories, heroic characters, and a mystical persona worthy of some of his greatest creations. And much like his greatest co-creation, Steve Ditko's legend and influence will outlive us all." Kevin Smith, the filmmaker and former host of AMC's docuseries Comic Book Men, wrote, "Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, The Question, The Creeper, Shade of the Changing Man, Hawk and Dove he worked with at Marvel and at DC Comics. Such an outstanding imagination and the awesome ability to back it up. Thank you, #Steve Ditko, for sharing your genius and enriching American popular culture." Edgar Wright wrote on Twitter, the director of Hot Fuzz and Baby Driver, "RIP to the comic book legend Steve Ditko, beyond influential on countless planes of existence. He never truly profited from his comic book creations that have lasted for decades, but his work will never be forgotten." Scott Derrickson, who helmed the 2016 film version of Doctor Strange, wrote, "Goodbye, Steve Ditko." Ditko left Marvel in the late 1960s due to tensions with Stan Lee and worked at the publishers Charlton and DC Comics, returning to Marvel in 1979 to work on Machine Man and the Micronauts. He freelanced for Marvel until the 1990s, and one of his final creations was the cult favorite heroine Squirrel Girl. The actress is reportedly in talks to play a role in Star Wars Episode 9. Variety reported it's unclear whether she would play a heroine or villain, but either way, the job will require her to do stunts. Airline.com noted the project will reunite Russell with her Felicity and Mission Impossible 3 collaborator J.J. Abrams, who is directing the Star Wars sequel. The film is due in U.S. theaters December 20th, 2019. Russell's other credits include Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, Austin Land, August Rush, and Waitress. Maisie Williams, who plays assassin Arya Stark on Game of Thrones, announced she has finished filming her scenes on the medieval fantasy drama. The 20-year-old British actress wrote on Instagram, "Goodbye Belfast, goodbye Arya, goodbye Game of Thrones. What a joy I've had. Here's to the adventures to come. Hashtag Last Woman Standing. Hashtag Barely. Hashtag I'm asleep for the next 4 years. Hashtag just kidding, I don't sleep." The message accompanying a photo of what is presumably her legs and feet. She is wearing black jeans and white sneakers covered in fake blood. The pose has gotten about 1.3 million likes since Saturday. The 8th and final season of Game of Thrones is scheduled to debut in 2019. A live-action film based on the classic anime franchise Gundam is in development from Legendary Entertainment and Japanese animation studio Sunrise. Legendary and Sunrise announced they were co-producing a Gundam film together Thursday at the 2018 Anime Expo in Los Angeles. Kale Boykter of Legendary is overseeing the project along with the Sunrise creative team. No further details about the film was announced. The first Gundam anime series was released in 1979. The show follows space colonies at war with Earth, with battles being decided by pilots controlling giant mechs known as mobile suits. Gundam has also spawned a number of successful animated films, line of plastic models, and video games over the years. Legendary is the studio behind the Pacific Rim franchise, which also has a focus on giant robots. The company is also set to release Detective Pikachu based on the Pokemon series and the actioner Skyscraper starring Dwayne Johnson. Roseanne Barr has announced on Twitter that she is ready to have her first television interview since ABC's cancellation of Roseanne in May. She tweeted Sunday, "To my wonderful fans who I treasure and love, who have carried me these past weeks when I was too weak to carry to myself. I will be doing a TV interview this week. I'll tell you about it tomorrow." Barr did not release any further details concerning the interview. ABC canceled its successful revival of Roseanne after Barr compared Valerie Jarrett, an African-American former advisor to then-President Barack Obama, to the film Planet of the Apes in a tweet. Barr also posted on Sunday a selfie of herself debuting her new blonde hair. She says new hair. ABC recently announced a Roseanne spinoff without Barr titled The Connors that will debut in the fall and star original cast members John Goodman, Laurie Metcalf, Sarah Gilbert, Lacey Goranson, and Michael Fishman. Barr has previously said in a statement about the spinoff, "I regret the circumstances that have caused me to be removed from Roseanne. I agreed to this settlement in order that 200 jobs of beloved cast and crews could be saved, and I wish the best for everyone involved." Modern Family co-star Ariel Winter will not be posting on her Twitter account anytime in the future. The 20-year-old actress publicist told Us Weekly Friday Ariel has from Twitter and engaged with commenters on her other platforms because of the constant negativity she experiences. She needs a moment to breathe and enjoy herself without judgment. Yahoo Entertainment says Winter threatened this week in a now deleted expletive-filled tweet to take legal action against paparazzi waiting to take pictures of her outside her home. She wrote, "Sad when you literally enjoy your job but hate every part of the fame aspect. Also sad when you desperately want to move somewhere remote so you could just live a normal life in peace. I can't speak for anyone else, but I hate being followed and I hate my shit out in the news." Sarah Hyland, who plays Winter's sister on the sitcom, last week went on Twitter and Instagram to demand online pervs to stop making lewd remarks about Winter's appearance and clothing choices. Khloe Kardashian was feeling anxious as she cuddled up to daughter True on Thursday. The 34-year-old television personality spent time with True, her 12-week-old daughter, with Tristan Thompson, prior to her first day back at work. Kardashian posted videos on Snapchat of herself holding True. She voiced her apprehension about leaving her daughter for work the next day. The new mom says, "I have to start work on the 6th, and I've been getting just anxious about it, and today I'm very anxious." She added, "I don't know how I'm going to leave her all day tomorrow. That's freaking me out, but I've got to go back to work at some point. So I'll be okay. Right, Mama?" Kardashian said in a follow-up post Friday morning that she was feeling anxious but eager. She says, "First day back at work since having True. I'm anxious to leave True, but also eager to get back to work now that I have a new push and motivation. It's not just for me anymore." Kardashian gave birth to True in April following reports Thompson cheated during her pregnancy. She celebrated her 34th birthday with Thompson and her sisters in June after defending her relationship with the Cleveland Cavaliers player. The star told fans, "You have no knowledge of what goes on in our household or the enormous rebuilding this takes to even coexist." Pop star Justin Bieber is engaged to model Hailey Baldwin, multiple entertainment news outlets said Sunday. TMZ reported the singer proposed to his girlfriend Saturday night at a restaurant in a resort in the Bahamas. Bieber, who's 24, and Baldwin, 21, have been a couple for about a month after previously dating and breaking up over the past couple of years. A source told People.com it's kind of a surprise, but kind of not. Justin has been extremely happy these past few weeks. He has known Hailey for a long time. This might seem sudden, but they know each other very well. The celebrities have not publicly announced their engagement, but UsMagazine.com said it also confirmed Bieber proposed marriage to Baldwin, and she accepted. Bieber's parents posted social media messages that are being interpreted as confirmation as well. Jeremy Bieber captioned a photo of his son looking out at an ocean at sunset. At Justin Bieber, proud is an understatement, excited for the next chapter. His mom, Patty Matlett, tweeted, "Love, love, 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 love." Panic at the Disco's Pray for the Wicked is number 1 on the U.S. album charts. Coming in number 2 on the Billboard 200 albums charts is Triple X Tenacion's Question Mark, follows Malone's Beer Bongs at Bentley's at number 3, the Carters' Everything Is Love at number 4, and Triple X Tenacion's 17 at number 5. Rounding up the top tier are Dan and Shade's Cell Tower album at number 6, Juice WRLD's Goodbye and Good Riddance at number 7, Cardi B's Invasion of Privacy at number 8, The Greatest Showman's film soundtrack at number 9, and 5 Seconds of Summer's Young Blood at number 10. Singer-songwriter Halsey cried on stage this weekend during a Michigan concert as she performed Him and I, a ballad she previously sang with her ex-boyfriend G-Eazy. E! News said Friday's set on the Ground Music Festival in Lansing was the first time she sang publicly, announcing she and the 29-year-old rapper-producer G-Eazy had split up after about a year of dating. Video posted on TMZ show Halsey wiping tears from her eyes as she sang the hit that they made together. G-Eazy said last week he and Halsey were working on new music when they ended their romance. The music video for rapper Nicki Minaj's new song Bed featuring Ariana Grande is now on YouTube. It has gotten more than 6 million views since it was posted Friday. The 3.5-minute clip shows Minaj dressed in lingerie, swim attire, and a mermaid costume at a beach, in a hot tub, and a pool and hotel room. Grande also appears in various bathing suits, singing near the ocean. The clip ends with the women meeting up on a sunny day with 2 guys on beds under palm trees. Grande got engaged in real life to Saturday Night Live cast member Pete Davidson last month. Minaj is preparing to go on tour this fall with Future. The Marvel superhero movie Ant-Man and the Wasp is the number 1 movie in North America, earning $76 million during its first weekend in theaters, BoxOfficeMojo.com announced Sunday. Coming in number 2 is Incredibles 2 with $29 million, followed by Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom at number 3 with $28.6 million, The First Purge at number 4 with $17.2 million, Sicario Día of the Soldado at number 5 with $7.3 million. Rounding up the top tier are Uncle Drew at number 6 with $6.6 million, Ocean's 8 at number 7 with $5.3 million, Tag at number 8 with $3.1 million, Won't You Be My Number at number 9 with $2.6 million, and Deadpool 2 at number 10 with $1.7 million. And now let's take a look at what happened on this date in entertainment history. On this date in 1962, Bob Dylan records Blowin' in the Wind. This here ain't no protest song or anything like I don't write no protest songs. That's how Bob Dylan introduced one of his most eloquent protest songs ever written when he first performed it publicly. It was the spring of his first full year in New York City, and he was on stage at Goethe's Folk City in Greenwich Village, talking about a song he claims to have written in just 10 minutes, Blowin' in the Wind. A few weeks later, on this date in 1962, Dylan walked into the studio and recorded the song that would make him a star. Dylan's recording Blowin' in the Wind would first be released nearly a full year later on his breakthrough album, The Freewheeling Bob Dylan. This was not the version of the song that most people would first hear, however. That honor went to the cover version of Peter, Paul and Mary, a version that not only became a smash hit on the pop charts, but also transformed what Dylan would later call just another song into the unofficial anthem of the civil rights movement. Blowin' in the Wind bore little or no resemblance to the highly topical, highly literal protest songs of the day, but that may have been precisely what made it so effective as a protest song. A lyric like "How many roads must a man walk down before you call him a man" lends itself perfectly to those seeking racial justice, just as "How many seas must a white dove sail before she sleeps in the sand" does to those seeking peace. The moving, vaguely spiritual, clearly dissatisfied, yet ultimately ambiguous nature of Blowin In The Wind made it the quintessential protest song of the 1960s, a song that the Times seemed to call forth, in the words of critic Grell Marcus. It also represented a significant breakthrough from Bob Dylan as a songwriter. From Blowin In The Wind onward, Dylan's songs would reflect a far more personal and poetic approach to self-expression, an approach that would lead him away from songs like The Times They Are Changing toward songs like a Rolling Stone. And Dylan's development as a songwriter would in turn have a similar effect on the Beatles, whose own move from I Want to Hold Your Hand to A Day in the Life can be traced directly to their exposure to the freewheeling Bob Dylan in the spring of 1964. And as your entertainment report for Monday, July 9th, 2018, I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RAYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Good night, and God bless you all.